A very happy morning to all of you, dear students. Welcome to the science class. Children, in today's video, we will be going ahead and summarizing chapter number 14, that is rain, thunder, and lightning. In this chapter, we did understood how important is water for us. Yes, here we know in this chapter we have studied that 75% of the earth is covered with water. Out of this 75% of the earth, 2% of water is present in this solid form, that is in the form of ice. Rest of the 98%, in this about 97.4% water is available in oceans and seas, and it's only 0.6% of water that is available in rivers, lakes, and ponds. Children, we all know that water exists in three states, that is solid, liquid, and gas. In solid state, water exists as snow or frost. In liquid state, water exists as we normally see it at room temperature. Whereas in gaseous state, water exists as water vapor, or in general language we call it as steam, right? We all know that all these three states of water can be interconverted, correct? So the process of conversion of solid into its liquid state is called as melting, correct? And melting of a solid into its liquid state occurs at a fixed temperature, which is called as a melting point. In comparison to that, the process of conversion of a liquid into its solid state is called as freezing. Freezing of a liquid into its solid state occurs at a fixed temperature, and this temperature is called as freezing point. The process of conversion of a liquid into its gaseous state, children, it is called as vaporization. Yes, now vaporization takes place in two ways, that is evaporation and boiling. We did study that how evaporation and boiling are different from each other, correct? We studied that evaporation is a slow conversion of liquid into its vapor state, whereas boiling is a fast conversion of liquid into its vapor state, correct? Also, we studied that boiling takes place at a particular temperature, but evaporation can take place at all temperatures. Also, boiling takes place throughout the bulk of the liquid, but evaporation takes place only at the surface of a liquid. So these are a couple of differences that we studied in boiling and evaporation, right? Now evaporation is faster in hot and warm conditions. So during the daytime, the air surrounding also us is getting heated. Therefore, evaporation takes place in shade also. Now, the process of conversion of this gaseous or vapor form into its liquid state is called as condensation. These are some of the important definitions, children, which you all will learn. Condensation takes place at a particular temperature, and that is called as condensation point. Also, we have studied something called as transpiration in this chapter, children, right? That is an important part of the water cycle. Evaporation is nothing but the loss of water from the plants in the form of water vapor in presence of sunlight. Yes, so this is what is transpiration, which helps in water cycle. But do we all know what is actually water cycle? Have you all studied about water cycle, children? Yes, I'm sure you all have studied about water cycle, which is nothing but the cyclic exchange of water between the earth and the environment, right? So we will go ahead and study how the clouds are formed and how does water cycle takes place. We all know that evaporation and transpiration keeps on happening, right? So water present on the earth in oceans, seas, rivers, lakes and other water bodies evaporates due to the heat of the sun and it moves to the atmosphere. Also, the water is lost by the plant in the form of transpiration. The vapors that go up, they get cooler from the surface of the earth. The air moving up gets cooler and cooler. While moving up at good height, the air becomes so cool that the water vapor present in it gets condensed and they convert into tiny water droplets on dust particles. Now these water droplets remain floating in the air and they appear to us as clouds, right? Now many water drops under good conditions come together to form large sized water drops. Some water drops become so heavy that they begin to fall on the ground as rain, hail or snow. We all know what is hail. हमने हिंदी में ओले सुना है, right? So that is another form of the water coming down to earth. So this process of water droplets coming back on the earth in the form of rain, hail or snow, this process is called as precipitation. So evaporation was the first process. Second was condensation, where the tiny water droplets got condensed and got converted into water droplets, right? So the third process is precipitation under water cycle, where the tiny droplets come back on the earth in the form of rain, hail or snow. So this complete process where the continuous exchange of water among land, water bodies and atmosphere happens is called as water cycle. Now is this water cycle important? Children, water cycle is very important because it maintains the balance on land, water bodies and atmosphere. It also controls the weather pattern and helps the living things, that is plants and animals, life on the earth. Yes, so water cycle is a very important process for all the living beings. The next thing that we studied under this topic, under this chapter, was lightning. We did finish regarding the rain, yes, and now we will study about the thunder and lightning. Many times I am sure you all would have heard when there is a heavy rainfall where we hear a loud sound. That loud sound is nothing but the thunder. Along with this loud sound, we see a very bright light in the sky, that is lightning. Yes, as I mentioned you all, pay attention on the spelling of lightning, children. That is LIGHTNING. Okay, so lightning and thundering occur during heavy rainfall. They occur when there is a heavy flow of electric charges. Yes, this is the lightning that we usually see on the sky when it's heavy rainfall. Yeah, and this happens because of the flow of electric charges. Yes, now electric charges are present in all the atoms. Yes, they could be negative or positive. When these charges accumulate between two clouds or between a cloud and a tall tree, the lightning happens. Yes, so when two clouds hit each other, that's when the lightning happens. Or when a cloud and a tall building hit each other, or a cloud hits a tall building, that's when the lightning happens. Yeah, so both thunder and lightning occur simultaneously. But have you any time observed that we could see the lightning first and then hear the sound? Correct? This is because the speed of the light is more than the speed of sound. Now thunder and lightning, are they useful for us? It's a natural process or a natural event that is taking place. However, when it comes to earth, it really causes severe loss of life and property. Here we can see a house which got damaged because of the lightning. So, it is a natural disaster. During thunder and lightning, children, we should not stand under a tree or a building, or we should not also use an umbrella or touch or hold any metallic object. That's because if lightning passes on them, it will give us a shock, yeah, or it might cause some harm to us as well. It is always safer to remain inside a car. If you are traveling out and you're in the car and suddenly lightning thundering start, it is always a better idea to be inside the car. Or when you are inside the home, you should, and it's heavy rainfall, you should remain within the house without coming outside. Yes, so these are the precautions that we can take during the thundering and lightning. Alright children, so this was an important chapter under which we studied the different process of water cycle, evaporation, condensation and precipitation. Also we understood the difference between evaporation and boiling. So please read through the textbook once thoroughly to understand all the terms given in the textbook. And if you still have any doubt, please get back to me in the Zoom class or on WhatsApp. So enjoy e-learning. Thank you.